ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. And welcome. No, I'm not going to do that. Welcome to the Shadow and Sun Show. And today, we're making a power item. It's just a terrain piece, I guess.
That's right. Tonight's quick craft hopefully will be an actual
quick craft. After around a quarter of a year of not doing any crafts that would even be remotely considered quick. It all started with the bridge and it went downhill from there.
Okay, that's the item we're going to make.
It actually needs one more coat of spray paint, but we'll get to that eventually.
It's pretty simple. The balls up here actually light up in the proper lighting. So do these little
it's better with the
light bright pegs.
They're called.
They're pegs, basically. Yeah. But let's turn off the light real quick, just so they can get a good or a better look at it.
Do you want me to go turn off the kitchen light? Or?
No, I can see what they can see.
Yeah.
It's a nifty little piece of terrain to liven up your games. I'm going to turn it off now.
Yeah. We will make sure that this doesn't show up. But other than that, and that's
you could use it as a beacon, a power generator, an objective marker, a doomsday device, especially if you're playing Shadows of Brimstone and Tradera. I think this would make a great little doomsday device.
Yeah, but it would need to be painted completely differently.
Right. But basically, you're going to start with a green tea light.
Yes, has
to Any other color.
It technically could be.
It could be a different color.
But for ours, it has to be green.
With the light bright pegs, there are some in the cheap 99-cent store versions that are actually clear pegs.
And there are some that are blue.
Or green or pink. But if you use the clear ones and then you were to use one of the color changing tea lights, I would recommend using the clear pegs.
Unless you wanted a specific color.
Right.
The
clear ones would allow it to change. These would change color also.
Yeah, but it probably would still all be...
We've taken a tea light. We've taken off the little fake fire. And I ran this little strip of tape around here.
Not perfectly even, but it's good
to help us line up where we're going to glue
these pegs.
Those pegs. Where are the... Oh, they're in here. Yeah. After we've clipped off the end of the peg, we'll glue them using the tape as sort of a way to line them up on the height. You then have to eyeball it, the north, south sort of orientation. But once you put the first one on using the tape to tell you where to put it, I suppose you could put them right at the top also.
Yeah, but...
Or at the bottom. But we wanted to center them just to...
It's semi-center them.
Right. So the tape helps you line it up. If you get the tape on right, you're off to a good start.
It's not awful. I actually made the first one in the middle of the month. This was my idea. But more importantly, I've had this idea for a long time, and it wasn't obviously the first craft. It was still the last craft we came up with. However... it's not exactly the same, mainly because originally I used these black ones,
right.
Which
they're stir sticks you can get from Bevmo or any party section, where they sell, alcoholic beverages and things like that. But we're using the clear ones that came in the same pack.
So that, as you saw earlier, it shines through.
They'll act as basically a fiber optic cable, and you just have to be careful not to get paint on the ball end, and you're also going to want to put a small piece of tape at this end so that the light can travel up here. The silver paint helps keep the light focused so it goes up to the ball.
But not as much as I thought it would.
No.
Also, one thing that isn't really anything, it also works with this UFO that we're using to make the music. The paint is, for some reason, really reflective.
Yeah. Once you've taped that up, you're also going to want to take the smaller gumball machine bottom halves and tape up just the top section. As you can see here, we wanted silver paint around this rim so that it looks like it's part of the mechanism holding this dome in. That way, when you're done, believe it or not, the light will shine through that yellow plastic and still light it up, because this is just a green plastic
But
one.
this, because even though it's yellow, I don't think you can do orange, red, or blue. You might be able to do blue, but I don't think you should do any warm colors or purple. Well, technically, purple can technically be a warm color, but it's more associated with cool colors. But I don't think you should do anything like green. Not yeah, obviously you can do green. I don't think you should do any reds. I'm big smart. I don't think you should do any reds or oranges. You could technically probably do orange, maybe, but it would have to be a yellow orange. It can't be a red orange or even orange.
You can probably experiment with the gumball machine bubbles you get.
Yeah, but
Flash the light
just-
through it, see what happens. Now he's going to start.
But I would recommend a green, yellow, and maybe I wouldn't recommend blue, but basically the ones I'd recommend is green. It would be the priority, then yellow, and maybe cyan or teal, and blue, and then it goes down to the colors that probably look awful.
He's going to start off by.
But if it's dark enough and if the teal lights are strong enough, then it might not matter the color. We haven't tested it that much.
Okay. When you tape it up, just use
Try to line up
the straight edge.
Yeah.
Just so you're just covering up the ball. While he's doing that,
he will.
now I'm gonna have to wait until you're done with that because I'm not sure where you want to put these pegs because you've got them at weird. You actually cut these at different angles. This one is just straight up and down, but
It was very simple. We wanted to get it out kind of fast for the video.
right.
But
We
it
wanted to have
doesn't. We didn't want it to be bad, obviously. Is this good?
Let me check while you go on to the next one. Remember, use the straight edge.
Yeah, the original idea I had for this was A, a lot more complicated, and B, didn't fit with a stereotypical alien/retro theme we had. It started off as more specifically stereotypically alien, but we switched to a more broader retro just because A, it gave us a lot more room to work with.
That's kind of why I wanted to put these two straight up and down to look, kind of like you said, Jimmy Neutron or Fallout or
I only
Mars
said-
Attacks or something like that, so it looks more, something like old Earth tech or old, Earth
Even though
science
it is
fiction
actually meant to
envision.
be.
How we envision things in the 40s and 50s. Okay. Is that one done also?
I think so.
Okay. Go on to the next one. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna-
Because the original idea was stereotypical alien, like UFOs, the Walker, but we switched it to retro for A, because we just thought that if we switched to retro, then we could do a bit more. Like the dinosaurs, those aren't stereotypically alien at all.
No, but they are very retro.
Yes.
Okay, once you've got those taped
And
up.
the second reason is because a lot of stereotypically alien things came from retro. Not the same thing, but there's a lot of similarities I've noticed.
Okay, let me check that one.
Aside from this one has a bit of not good.
Okay.
Okay, no, it's not as not good.
Okay, let me check this, and while I do that, you position with the super glue where you want those rods to go.
Rods. Oh,
We're gonna do the rods first.
okay. This one actually would go here,
Okay, and when you do
but
the
it can't
super,
go here yet.
when you do the super glue, just the tiniest little drop. Make sure it just barely covers the flat part. Okay,
Yeah.
when you're super gluing, you always want to put the glue on the smaller piece if it's going to be connecting to something. That way, it doesn't have much. You need the super glue.
I know. I wanted both of them,
Oh.
so I can.
Oh, okay.
Would this work?
No matter where you put it, it's going to look funky. So,
Well, this
and
would
no,
be-
don't you don't want to cover up this. You want to keep it
Oh,
away
yeah.
from it. So maybe pointing away, kind of like rabbit ears, maybe. Yeah.
I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be perfectly even.
Okay. Once you decide on a location, glue it and hold it, and you got to be a little bit patient with that.
I know.
You're gonna put them on the sides or on the top.
Like, would this work?
Okay, you got to remember that
Well,
you got to
with
put this on, and that will give you an idea how much
Okay.
room you have to play with. Or do you want to put that part on first?
Yeah, I'm gonna put this on first.
That's what I did with this one because that way
I want it
knew
to be a lot more centered.
Okay, and remember if you center it, you're gonna have less room to glue the pegs on or the posts. But if you're gonna put them on the sides, then the sky's the limit.
Yeah, I could technically put them here as well. Obviously, that won't look good, but
But it won't transfer the light.
yeah, it won't transfer the light if I do that. So,
Okay,
thanks. Would that help?
maybe. But
Would
remember,
that?
and also if you're gonna glue,
Yeah, that probably help.
if you're gonna glue the lid on, remember also when you're gluing something like this,
Because the last time I did it turned out not that good, which is
you
why
want
I
to put the
took it
glue on
apart.
the inside and let it run down after you turn it upside down. If you put it too high on the top, you risk it flowing over the edge. And since it's got this nice little lip here, you can just put the glue in there and then turn it upside down and hold it and wait.
Yeah. Should I? It doesn't have to be perfectly even.
Well, that's why I did this. I positioned it so it's more touching this edge. So
Should I spray the white part and put it before I put it on?
No. You only need the accelerator if the glue is risk or has a chance of coming out around the outside edge. You might want to use the accelerator on the rods.
Okay.
Because that way it will get to the edge. The glue is going to be contained in the underside of the lid. Get that out of the way, get all this other stuff, so I don't have to worry about that. And I'll pull out the green pegs. And you don't have to use all four also. In retrospect, I wish I wouldn't have put one in the back spot here.
I need a bit more super glue.
Okay. That way I could put it in like a corner, especially like a room, like if we used it in the Dungeons and Lasers setup, I could put it in the corner and it would just be sitting out of the way.
Yeah, but I think
I can still fit it in the corner. But, you know, I in retrospect, I probably would have left one.
A hard retrospect. Forgive me.
You're forgiven. I'm going to let him live one more day.
Okay, good. That's all I need. Okay, that'll work. It's leaking out a bit.
Okay, then that's a good time to...
No, it's not leaking that much.
Just a light spray.
Oh, this is not barely. It was shaking it bad.
And I did get another...
Yeah, I know you did. That's all.
Another bottle. And
Yeah, good. Good that we are going to spray this more times than we did this. And we're probably going to spray this again after.
Yeah, I didn't use any accelerator on this whatsoever. But yeah, I will have to retape up the pegs and the balls, because if you notice that when we do light it up, I mean, it looks great. The silver looks great now, right? But then when you turn on the light, you can see here.
You can see through. Which wouldn't be the biggest problem normally, because it actually is the reason why you can still see through this UFO. I'm bringing it out just for this example. Which, yes, we did, spoilers, but we did paint these green, and you can still see through it.
Right.
Which is good. However, it means you need to do a lot of coats if you want this to not shine through.
Right.
If you're fine with it shining through, that's good.
Yeah.
But because of how good we got
It would be cool if you were trying to show that it was, you know, the containment was leaking or something like that.
Yeah, we could have it be that.
But yeah, I gave it a couple of coats of spray paint. I thought it was good.
What you should do is when it's dry, you should then turn it on, and because there's no tape here anyways.
Yeah, I should have left the tape on and just tested it.
it.
But I was in a hurry to get this out because
We thought that we weren't have enough time, which we did. We did have enough time. We didn't have enough time to do that.
These little pegs here, right here, can, if you flick them too hard, they're going to come right off.
Yeah.
But
I didn't hit it.
Okay. Can you go on to the next step or no?
Yes.
Okay. This is his show tonight. I'm just handing him stuff like the show off shows.
Is that good enough?
Yeah. You'll know if it starts leaking over the other edge, then you've added too much. And just be patient, and you're gonna have to hold it there to get it. You know, you'll know kind of when the glue has done its thing, and if you want, I can hit it with the spray if it's leaking out. But hopefully it won't, because then sometimes this accelerator, I've noticed that if you hit the super glue with the accelerator, it kind of almost does that same thing that baking soda does, and it sort of clumps up, or it makes a thicker, you know, sort of layer of super glue.
I think what it does is it doesn't give it enough time to flatten itself out.
Right. So you get like, you know, an imperfection if you're going to paint over where you did the super glue, and you can actually see leftover super glue.
Or it'll obscure details.
Right.
Do you think it's enough? Nope, not enough.
You'll know.
Yeah, I know. I don't think it's spraying it.
Yeah, because if you use the right amount of super glue, none's going to leak out around the edges, and there will be no contact of the accelerator with the super glue if you do it right.
Yeah, but the accelerator did help this.
Yeah, because it was leaking out.
Yeah, and if you do it fast enough, then it won't cause that much damage. But yeah, it's gonna take a bit longer than I realized because of this. Nope. I don't think I put enough super glue.
Okay. Then,
Yeah, I didn't actually. Now that I think about it, I didn't put any super.
Yeah, I had to use my glasses to really. Okay, that is enough.
Yeah, I know it's enough.
I can see that even without my glasses.
Okay, I think you might want to give it the accelerator. Actually, I have an idea.
Accelerator first.
Yes. Let me just put a bit more. Okay. Put accelerator.
On where you're going to glue it, not on the glue.
Yes.
That way they. Another trick you can, like we just did, is you can spray the accelerator on the spot.
I can't do this one because
on the
of
spot that you're going to put the super glue. So
That's what we just did.
you put the accelerator here, then you've got the piece with the super glue like here, and then you can meet the two, and hopefully the accelerator will
Where
do
should I
its
put
job.
this? Here?
It's all on you, bud.
Does that look good?
You want it to look off center and stuff?
I want it to look. Because it can't be. Yeah. I want it to look off center.
You don't want it to mirror the other side,
Yeah.
like I did, where they're nice and lined up. Okay, so pick your spot.
Okay. Would this look good?
That'll be fine.
Okay. Put.
The super glue, and then I'll.
Okay.
Now show me where you want me to spray just
Right
a
here?
tiny little bit. Be more
Right
specific.
here. I'm gonna make
Okay.
noise.
Okay, there's quite a bit of accelerator.
Okay. I did leave a bit of a stain though. Is that good? Or
Well,
bad?
we can sand it off if worse comes
What's
to
on
worse.
this?
Gesundheit.
You see? Okay. Thank.
Okay, and since you said you want to put this on afterwards,
Yes.
okay,
Oh, after we glue these.
okay. Now, the
We do
next
that?
step. Well, if it's not going to go all the way to the bottom, like
It is gonna go all the way to the
then
bottom.
we have to wait until it's done, and
Yeah, I know.
when we do that, we'll have to actually place a piece of tape, a small area of tape where this is going to meet, and put a piece of tape here so that the light can travel up the rod.
Yes.
But in the meantime,
Well, actually, no. It doesn't need to have that because it'll still go here and then bounce back up.
well no, because if this is all silver, it won't.
If I put it here and then we spray it together,
Oh, okay.
then it
You're
will.
right. You don't have to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
But we do need to space these.
Sure.
And because you've already added things on the side, you may only want to put two, or you may want to do something totally different than the way I
Maybe
did.
do instead of a plus
Instead-
pattern, do an X
Yeah.
pattern.
Or even bunch a couple up together.
No,
Okay, then if you want to just do like a Y pattern or an X pattern,
it'll be an X pattern. Okay, but I almost don't want to do it just because I'm.
you want me to do that part?
Do you think you do better?
I did these and they turned out pretty.
Okay, then yeah,
pretty
you
slick.
do that.
Just show me where you want them.
Okay.
And
Just
I'm only doing three,
no 4. All 4.
so it's going to be the same as that, just off kilter of those somehow.
Yeah, like one here, one here, one here, and one here.
Okay, so much closer together. I got
Well,
you.
more just like how this seems a bit more like a plus pattern if you think
Okay,
this is
okay, I got you.
like in X,
Okay.
if that makes sense. Because technically, if you look at it from this way, then kind of like look make it like this.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna get your.
Yeah, try to get little super glue on there. Did you use accelerator? Oh wait, no, you said you didn't use any accelerator.
Nope, I did it the hard way.
Should you try to do accelerator this time?
Yeah,
Because-
but first point
we wanna-
exactly where you want it.
Okay. Probably around here. Not exactly if that's.
Once
not
we do the
the-
first one, it dictates where the next ones go.
Okay, then right here.
Okay,
Try to do it exactly. You see that dot right there?
Yeah, I do actually.
Try to do it like just a
Now-
little
now
bit to
try
the
to
left.
spray that with a little bit of accelerator to
Yeah.
speed this process.
Just a little bit to the left. I mean, yeah, a little bit to the left. Not much, but a little bit. Just blowing on it even help?
It moves it around. It keeps it from like,
Bunching up?
yeah, even though it's not pooling up. How's that?
Yeah, pulling up is a much better.
Okay, and now another one, say like right about here then?
Yeah,
Okay,
that seems good.
okay,
You were the one who made the first one.
okay, you take this,
Okay.
No, take the whole thing because I need 2 hands to put the glue.
Okay.
And don't put the accelerator because I need to know, you need to point first.
Okay.
And this will be done in about 2 minutes, as much as we can actually do tonight without spraying it.
Yeah.
Okay, now,
So probably here. See that?
like where this little weird line is in the tape, you see that?
Yeah, just a little bit to the left.
Okay, now hit it with the accelerator.
Actually, let me see. If it just needs, if it needs, yeah, a little bit to the left.
And I'll try and let you.
That was a complete miss.
Okay.
I don't even think that got enough. But
This is
try.
like where I'm at, or
Yes.
right here.
Yes.
And you can kind of almost do this by braille and use the tape. If you got a real delicate touch, you can feel the tape, and once you feel the tape, you know to stop going down.
But then it's. But then it's gonna have a trail of glue.
No,
Okay.
hopefully not.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if your players are picking up your terrain looking for mistakes, you need 2 players.
Yeah. Who really cares about these small, minute details?
Okay. And do the
Unless
same
they
thing. You hold
really
this.
do damage to the look.
Right. In my old gaming group, they would be absolutely amazed. We did everything theater of the mind. We never used miniatures. We drew hastily scratched out maps and battle plans and things like that, but we rarely ever.
So now you can just do opposite.
Yeah, occasionally we'd actually have miniatures, just because I was painting miniatures and I go, hey, I got you a miniature, and show my players, hey, is this cool? Okay, I'm gonna paint it up for you. Okay, now I'm thinking the next one. Now, if you look, we can use imaginary lines and guess now.
Yes, I know
Okay.
how.
Okay, so
I know how math. I know. I.
good. That makes one of us.
That makes it. Yes, it does.
Okay, hit the accelerator a little more,
I'll do
and
2
I'm
times
gonna.
just because. Yes, I have passed first grade geometry.
That makes again one of us. Whoops.
Did you make a bad?
I almost did. I didn't.
You almost did a bad thing. I am ashamed of you. We're deleting the channel, everyone.
Okay, the accelerator actually dried, and so did the super glue.
That's amazing.
Well, I was erring on the side of caution with the super glue, and it did actually dry the super glue on here. As you can see, there's a little dried flake of it there. But go ahead and hit the accelerator
Alright, you
again.
can do a bit closer.
Yeah, maybe.
It's definitely not. It's probably dry now. You took a bit
Just
too
do it
much
again. Just do it again. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Okay.
time. That clearly, because it went over here.
Okay, I hope that accomplishes what we're looking for.
It does.
Yeah, it looks pretty on the mark.
It doesn't have to be perfect.
Again.
I mean, it would be, but it doesn't have to be perfect.
You hold this,
Okay.
and I'll do this. And we'll be able to call it a night, and I'm betting this is going to be under a 15-minute video, which will probably be the very first time for a craft video ever, on our channel anyways. Oh, and I want to say hey to DM Scotty. He really kind of dug on our spaceship video
Okay.
last.
Try not to.
Hold on. Let me line. Okay, go ahead. It's going to be right about here.
Okay.
Okay, you actually got to get some out of the. There we go.
I thought I did that third time. Maybe it was second. No, it was definitely third.
Oh, no.
That's a bad thing.
I don't want to glue it to the tape.
Yeah, that's also bad. Like, kind of. Like, oh my god, it's like.
Okay, now we got to start all over.
This is. It's not as bad as some of our other craft videos. Some of our craft videos, especially recent ones, have gone not good.
Yeah, the walker, I think. Was it the walker?
Yeah, I
The
mean,
walker-
I think it's gonna turn out really good.
Yes.
But it was just a pain.
The
to
walker
make
and the rope bridge are going to go down in history as.
in history
Our history, okay. Hit
as the most painful crafts.
a little more, get it actually on the. Okay. With this stuff, if you get too much, it's better than not enough. In this specific instance, there are other cases where,
You don't want too much whatsoever.
okay, that's a little, not a little janky.
Like, why is this last one such an issue?
Just because
We finally did it. Okay.
the internet gods want us to at least hit the 15-minute mark, I think.
It's probably 30 minutes now.
Oh man, that stuff is not pleasant to breathe in, folks. Easy.
I'm not gonna do that. I didn't even spray it.
You hold up this one,
Okay.
and I will turn this one on one last time for the folks at home. And I'll try not to show the bad side.
Yeah. I mean,
Nice. Show them off as try to level it up with me so the camera can get a
I
nice.
would try. Yeah. I might actually remove this one and cut it a bit differently. But that's not 100% sure. Oh, yeah. Also, one thing. Make sure no accelerator gets on the clear balls.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you notice, not as clear anymore. Look at this. I'm not sure if you can tell on the camera. It's very reflective. You can see each individual line on the flag. But on here,
Yeah.
you
but
can
that's
barely even see.
It's gonna get spray painted, so you won't see.
Yeah, but what I mean is
Hopefully it
make
won't.
sure that you tape this up really good.
Yeah.
And don't think you can tape it before you don't think to tape it before you get
Accelerator.
yeah, don't think to tape it like at the last minute, like the last thing you do, tape it the first thing you do to them is tape it.
There you have it, folks.
We're not 100% done, but close enough for this video. We're finally gonna have one of our from this to this thumbnails, which we haven't done
In a while.
since
The rope bridge.
we haven't done since the rope bridge.
Let us know if you like that, if it helps you out when you're watching,
Probably
you know,
do
your
once, but
YouTube feed, and if you see it, you know, because sometimes it's, you know, I've noticed that most of our thumbnails are just the two of us in our. In our
it
big
just
mugs.
even though as much as I do think some of our thumbnails are actually pretty good, they're all just the random screenshots from the video. We do choose the one we think because they give you 3 options,
Yeah.
and we choose the one we think is best. However, we're not making our own thumbnails yet.
No.
We might one day, but I don't know.
Probably over the summer. We have more time.
Yeah.
But there you have it, folks. A nice, quick craft.
An actual quick craft.
And if you've got, you know, multiple tea lights.
Sadly, we're not gonna have those next month. We're gonna have
Epic crafts.
epic.
So say goodnight, sport. We will see you
It's
guys.
gonna be an epic gamer moment next month.
We will see you Sunday for the show-off show, or
Actually, we are gonna have. I have one idea for a craft that's gonna be rather.
quick.
It's gonna be quite rather short.
Say goodnight, sport.
Buenas noches.
Thanks for stopping by, folks.
See.
Good night.